Hi everybody and welcome back to Dragon Eye Creations. If you're new here, my name is Laurel and I love to create. One of my favorite things to create, of course, is my gnomes. I love gnomes. And today I really want to share with you guys these awesome little beach party gnomes. They are so fun. They are just so colorful and bright. I love these guys. So we're going to get right into it because there's a lot to it. We're going to make some arms, some legs, some tubes. There's a lot to do. So we're going to get started right now. Okay, we're going to start with some wooden skewers. These are just from Dollarama. A small pool noodle. I'm going to cut it down to 3 inches. We're just going to cut the tips off of our wooden skewers. They're going flying all over. Okay, we're going to take some polymer clay. We're just going to condition that up. And we're just going to press it into our feet mold here. I will leave a link in the description where you can get this mold off Amazon. And we're going to make 4 of these little feet all together. And then I rolled out some clay on the pasta maker, and I'm just going to roll that around my skewers here, just smoothing and rolling. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other one. Just trim it where you need it to be. And then, yeah, just roll it and smooth it until we get it all nice. If it starts to go too far down, we want to make sure we have the points of our skewers are still showing. So just cut some off if you have to. And then the blunt end, we're just going to put into our feet here. And then just smooth it on with a tool. You can use your finger for this as well. And now I'm just checking about where my knee will be, and I'm just going to make a little ball there that I flattened out, you can see. And we're just going to put that right there just to give him a little knobby bony knee. And then we'll just smooth it on there so you don't see the seams blending. And for our other guy, we are going to use wires for legs because he does not need to stand. He's going to be sitting. So we're going to use some wires. And I'm just going to wrap this in the clay the same way I did the wooden skewers. We're just going to roll it. I'm going to roll it a couple more times so it's a little thicker, of course, because that's pretty skinny. So, and as you roll, just kind of keep pushing towards the center. Takes a little more to smooth this one, being on a little skinny wire. But this way you can shape it the way you want it to be a little better. And this is just regular craft wire. Trying to decide how long I'm going to need it exactly and where his knees will be. Again, a little ball for his little bony knee. Just keep blending that in. And then we're going to use a little bacon bond to attach it. And we're just going to do the same thing. Put it right onto the top of the foot there where the heel would be, or the ankle, I guess. And we're going to just attach that by smoothing and blending. And the arms we will do the exact same way as the legs, as the wire legs. We're just going to put a wire in it, roll it, smooth it. And then I attach the hands. I'm sorry, I forgot to video that. I do have another video. I'll leave a link to that description on how to make hands exactly. You can shape them the way you want. I bent this one, made a little elbow, you can see. Okay, so now we're just going to pick out our fabric while that bakes. We're going to bake that, by the way, at 130 degrees for 30 minutes. So now we're going to take our fabric and we're going to check how big we need it to be to go around him for his shorts. So this is our short material we're using right now. So we're just going to wrap that right around him, adding a little hot glue. We're not going to hot glue it to him though, because we want those to come off. I'm just getting the size there. And then just trim off your excess, put it back on him. You can see where the seam will be there. And we're just going to make a slit right where the opening in the front is. We're going to make a matching opening in the back. And then turn it inside out. And we're going to start to glue our legs together. So just good side to good side all along where those openings are, gluing all the way around. up one leg and down the other, meeting in the middle at the top. And we'll turn those right side out again. And I'm just going to get an idea here of how long I want his shorts to be. These are all baked up now, they're hardened, so I'm just judging where I want them to be. So I'm just going to trim off the extra I have here. And then we're just going to fold them and just put a little hot glue in there to hold that seam down. And just do that all the way around both legs. And then we turn them right side out again. And then they go back onto our poodle noodle. And now we're going to pick the fabric for his shirt. And we're going to measure it out the same way. This one we're going to hot glue the edges down so we have nice edges. So on 3 sides of it we're going to do that. We'll leave the top of it we don't have to bother because you're not going to see that. And then we'll just wrap it around our noodle, gluing it. I did leave probably I only glued about 3/4 of it, so it has a little bit of an opening at the bottom. And then I glued just all around the top, and we're just going to fold that all in. Decide a little bit further than that. A little bit too much belly showing. And then we're just going to put glue right on our wooden skewers there, and just pop those right into our poodle noodle. Straight in there, just straight across from each other. And now we're going to make his sleeves for his shirt. So we are going to make some nice edges again, just hot gluing and folding down. Judging how long we want his sleeve to be and how big around we want them to be. We don't want them to be fitted on him. Okay, we're just going to glue down the one side and fold it in half, and that creates our sleeve there, good side to good side. Same thing for the other sleeve. And then we're going to attach that, take a tool and poke a hole in our poodle noodle, and then glue the edges and the wire, and we're going to poke that right in. Same thing on the other side. Glue the edges, make sure you get glue right on the wire there that pokes into our hole. And then attach that, pressing our sleeve down all the way around. And now we're just measuring out our beard material here. And I'm going to cut that with the X-Acto knife. Just the backing, not the fur itself. And I'm just going to cut mine into a V shape here. And then we're going to start on his hat. So I'm using the same fabric I used for his shorts, and I'm just going to cut a triangle shape out here. And then we're just going to glue good side to good side. And I'm doing the edging now, just folding down so it looks nice. This would have been way smarter to do before I did the other part, but I just tend to get excited and go. So now we're just adding our beard. We're just going to attach that again with hot glue right at the top. Make room for our nose. E6000 in the middle, hot glue on the outside. And just press down firmly. I added a little stuffing to his hat. I wanted to have it a little filling in there, make it look a little fuller. Hot glue right on the top, and then we're just going to attach his hat, pulling it down in the back. And just add a little dab of hot glue there where you want it to fold down. And now for the tubes. I am using these foam rings that you get from the dollar store. They come in a set of 3. I'm using the 2 smaller ones. And I'm going to take some Mod Podge, also I got from the dollar store, and some neon pink paint for this one. I'm just going to mix the paint and the Mod Podge together. This is a trick I learned from my husband. He does this a lot on his channel. He does dark matter crafts, so you should really check it out. He's got some really cool stuff that he makes. So I'm doing the same thing for the bigger one, but we're using some yellow paint. So now I'm just going to take the fabric for my other guy's little shorts, and we're going to start on those ones now. Folding it down all the way around, measuring out how big we want them. His shorts we're going to do a little differently, so we're just going to right now cover the bottom of the pool noodle, folding it down underneath him. Figuring out where we're going to add his legs, and we're going to make his shorts basically the way we made sleeves for our shirts, and we're going to just make the legs separately. Just because he is sitting, so we need to come at it at a little bit different way. So fold down your edges again, hot gluing them so they look nice. We're going to figure out how big around do we want these shorts. Once you figure that out, we'll cut that down, measuring it so both are the same. And then just hot glue the good side to good side. And turn those right side out. And we've got some of those legs now. We're just going to attach those to our shorts. And just use pressure from inside and outside. Sticking your finger on the inside there to kind of push down. I used a little bit of a tool to kind of help me do that too. And now I'm making a hole for the legs. And I'm going to attach those the same way with hot glue right in the wire. Again, attach his little shorts legs here with some hot glue all the way around. Making a hole. I'm going to hot glue that wire. Put that right into him. Again, another coating of that paint. It took quite a few coatings. That's why I kind of was letting it dry in between. And now we're going to do his shirt. So we're going to fold down our edges, making them look nice. And then just glue that down around him. Same way we did on our other guy. And for his beard, I used this a little bit thicker, fluffier stuff. I wanted him to be quite fluffy. So that's going to go around him. So I did the beard in a V shape the same way. And the top part here, I just have a big rectangle that I am wrapping around him. Not quite all the way around, about 3/4 of the way I'd say, leaving a little bit of a gap at the back. And then the edge we're just going to fold down so it overlaps itself, you can see. So let's fold it all the way and then fold it back. And then at the top we're going to put some glue right at the very top and then just fold that down to the back of him. And that becomes his head. And now pick out the material you want for a bandana around him, and we're just going to hot glue it down our edges there to make a nice strip here. And wrap that around, just hot gluing it at the back again. Getting the fur out of the way. He is quite furry, this guy. And now we're going to make his sleeves again the same way. Hot gluing all of our edges and then gluing together. Poking a hole for his arms. We're going to attach those arms and sleeves. Attach the arm first and then the sleeves. I do it differently every time, whatever works in this case. His beard or hair was all over, so I was kind of working around that. Same thing on the other side. Make your hole and attach your arm. Add some glue to the wire. And then we're going to attach our sleeve all the way around. Just pressing it in. Now we're going to comb that beard out so we can make room for his nose. Again, a little E6000, a little hot glue. Press down firmly. And now we're going to add some sunglasses. These I got off Amazon. They are actually pet sunglasses. Again, you saw I was doing another coat of paint again. And now more pet sunglasses. I'll put a link in the description again for those as well. So now for the pink tube, I decided he needed a little head on his tube. So we're making a little dragon head for his tube. I found some clay that's pretty much the same color, so we're just going to shape out a little dragon head. Started with like a cone shape, and now we're making a spot for eyes on it. Just using our ball stylus tools to make some little eyes. This is just for our inner tube, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And now some little white balls for eyes. For a nose, again, a little ball stylus. We're going to poke that in there and then just tilt it upwards, and that gives us perfect little nostrils. Add a little green spot to his eyes as well. We're just going to smooth those out. And then I'm just going to cut out some shapes for some eyelids here and smooth those on him. I also had taken a straw and cut it and just kind of dabbed that on him just to give him that scale texture. More eyelids. I do have videos on making dragons as well that you can check back on if you want more details on how to make these little dragon guys. Just adding some little details to him now. And some horns. So we're just going to make a little hole for the horns as well. Just place them in there and then kind of smooth it in all around just so it's nice and in there firmly. And then we're going to put that in the oven. We're going to bake that at 130 for 30 minutes. And then we're going to decorate our big yellow tube. After many coats of paint, they are finally ready. So I'm just going to take a rubber stamp and a little bright pink paint, that same pink we used on the other tube, and we're just going to put that all over. And now we're going to attach our tube here to our standing guy. And the smallest ring fits perfectly on your small pool noodle. Just slides right onto him there. Make room for the dragon's head. We're going to have to fix his beard a bit. So the dragon head is all done now. So I'm just putting an iridescent top coat on there and onto the tubes just to make everything nice and shiny. And there you have it. They are all done and so cute. So there we have it. Our little beach party guys are all done and ready to have some fun in the sun. I hope you like this tutorial. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. Would love to hear from you guys. And make sure to subscribe to check back for more mythical and magical creations. Until then, love to all. Have yourselves a great weekend.